podcast recordings, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about this kind of giveaway that I have, on the website. If you sign up for the newsletter, you'll get the 7 CEO hacks that we use a lot, and we think that could definitely be a game changer for you. And usually on the podcast, I'll ask what CEO hack the guest uses that could help them be more effective and efficient. And the more I thought about it, I wanted to drill down a little bit deeper on CEO hacks and why I think they're so important. And it's not necessarily saying that you have a cheat code or you're taking the easy way out as far as running your business. It's understanding where your zone of genius is, your zone of brilliance, as a lot of people call it, and really trying to leverage the amount of time you spend there and try to maximize that to be as close to 24 hours a day as possible. And of course, we have to sleep and eat and do all of those things and recharge, but it's so important. I think the more time we spend in our zone of genius, the better we're able to run and to leverage our organization. So check out, this blog post below so you can see all the information about that. If you're on and just listening to the video, be sure to click the link below. But the 7 hacks that I think that are most effective and efficient for us and have been are Basecamp for one. Basecamp is a project management tool. There's other tools like Asana and Trello. Basecamp is the one that we use as a business, and it's been huge. And I will say huge in capital HUGE for us being able to leverage our time and be able to communicate on a regular basis. People working at different times, different hours, being able to communicate directly with clients, have essentially an electronic file folder for every single one of our clients has been absolutely huge. Right after that, I would say probably the next bigger game changer / hack, CEO hack that has worked well for me has been Acuity. And for us, I should say, Acuity specifically is for me because I've been able to create scheduling links and send those links to people when they want to book a time. And those scheduling links are specific according to what exactly I'm doing in the different services, so to speak. I don't use them necessarily for services per se, but I do have my podcast interviews on certain times of the week, Monday afternoon, most of the day, Friday. So whenever I send out a link specifically for the podcast interview, it only shows those times. So that allows me and allows us to really be on the same page. And the really big, I think, thing that has been absolutely huge is when that link goes out, the person that is on the other side or the recipient of the email gets the opportunity to choose their time zone, and it sends an invitation directly to them based off their time zone and to me based off my time zone. Absolute game changer. If you've ever done any scheduling or tried to do any scheduling, you'll know how frustrating it can be to show up 2 hours before or 2 hours late sometimes for an appointment that you have. So Acuity has been an absolute game changer. What you see over my right shoulder is this I Am CEO coloring book. That's just a cover for it. But one of the things I talk about and was one of my themes a couple years ago was to fill up your cup and keep your cup full. One of the best ways to do that is to make sure that you're recharging. Something I hadn't done in years was to actually take up the practice of coloring. And coloring allows you to really get outside of the frustration that you have, the thing that you're really trying to find the answer to. So a lot of times, even now, while I'm trying to figure out, the next moves and the next steps that I'm going to take, it's important for me to be able to get away from trying to solve the problem and to actually doing something that's, I don't want to say mindless, but I think very creative, has helped out a lot. So definitely the I Am CEO coloring book, you can check that out, has been absolutely huge for me. I will also follow that up with Insight Timer and the Gratitude Journal as being those practices on a regular basis that have really helped out. But the I Am CEO coloring book has been absolutely huge. Next thing up is number 4, which is Fiverr for Business. Really getting the opportunity. I don't really know what year Fiverr came out, but I know when I first started my business, I just started to leverage Fiverr a lot for being able to manage a virtual team and even practice doing that. It's been absolutely huge for me. We use other tools as well too, as you can find at Call Your VA, like Upwork, and there's Task Bullet and a lot of other options as well too. But Fiverr for Business has been probably one of the first things that I started out using, and we use more for very specific projects or specific tasks, but it's been really huge for us to be able to kind of find the right people to be able to work through and get that freelance talent that we need so much to grow, and the quality freelance talent as well too. Number 5, CEO web shop. This is a digital world, as we all know. I'm running a digital marketing business and a digital marketing agency with our team. And it's so important that we leverage things that sound so simple, like having a place to go to for domains or potentially hosting or all the different things that you have to do online. And of course, we do a lot of things using a lot of different tools. And I can really spend this entire video in audio just literally talking about all the tools and all the CEO hacks that I leverage. But CEO web shop has been something that I've leaned on tremendously for us getting our domains. We will host in sometimes other places, but there's a video you can even check out, and I'll put the link in the notes as well too, on how to create a WordPress blog and a step-by-step guide on how to do that. But try CEO web shop. If you really want to get into some phenomenal options for just WordPress, try Kinsta, WP Engine, and WPMU Dev. Those are definitely my go-tos for WordPress hosting. So you definitely want to make sure to check that out. Right after that, I'm going to go with FreshBooks. FreshBooks for financing has been absolutely huge for me because when I first started the business, I actually used PayPal and I did all the invoicing and everything through PayPal. And it's crazy how those little small things that kind of consolidate everything are absolute game changers. One of the things that I didn't notice when I was just working and sending out invoices is I wouldn't look to see what was paid and what wasn't paid. For me to be able to go into FreshBooks and be able to look very quickly at everything that is outstanding or things that need to be sent out, or maybe time that has been logged but hasn't been invoiced is so huge. So I'm really big into FreshBooks because it's a primarily used for invoice sending out. But QuickBooks is right up there. I haven't used it tremendously. I've used it some for a networking group I was a part of. And I did use everything with contractors through my invoicing system or my accounting system, I would probably switch to QuickBooks, and I still might switch to QuickBooks at some point. So if you talk to any CPA, any accountant, you'll hear that QuickBooks is pretty much the holy grail. So make sure to check that out. And last but not least, Audible on 2x speed. Audible podcasts, all of this content, even on YouTube, I listen to stuff on 2x speed. Really, the big thing that I always talk about during the podcast always comes up is really sharpening the saw, really getting better and better at your craft. One of the best ways to do that is really taking in a tremendous amount of content. I do that through interviews. I do that through listening to podcasts. I do that through reading books, as you can't even see the amount of books that I have around here. But not to make this into a Taz Lopez video or anything like that. Ty Lopez, the big thing that I want to get across is that really taking an audio book and listening to it quicker. Sometimes it's 1.5 to 2x speed has really been huge because you really get to take in that information a lot quicker and a lot faster. And considering I say I live my life at 2x speed, I love to listen to my audiobooks at 2x speed. So hopefully those are some phenomenal CEO hacks that maybe you hadn't heard about, or maybe you could or have thought about leveraging. But if you have your favorite CEO hacks, would love to hear that in the comments, to hear exactly what you're doing, what you feel like helps make you more effective and efficient. But as always, I hope that I have been able to kind of help you out with this video. And if you need anything, please feel free to reach out to me. Always ready for strategy sessions. So set up a strategy session with me, and I would love to talk to you about your CEO hacks, collaboration opportunities, and anything you might have that come to mind. Thanks, and have a wonderful rest of the day.